Hey guys, welcome back. We're at week 2 now of term 2. So I hope you had a great first week of online learning at home. Now it's time to get stuck into week 2, term 2 activities. Week 1, we did race to 100. Now I was amazed with all the work that you sent in. I was so pleased to see people working harder and building that number up. Working race to 150 to 200. I was really impressed, and I also was just so impressed with everyone's progression. By Friday it seemed like you guys were masters, so excellent work. Week 2, we have race to 0. Now last week we did race to 100, which was addition. We were building our number up, we were racing to a higher number. Now, this week, we are racing to a smaller number. We are racing to 0. That means we aren't doing addition this week, we are doing subtraction. When we are doing subtraction, we are creating a smaller number. We are working down. We aren't making a higher number, we're making a smaller number. Now, race to 0 starts off same as race to 100, although this time, for Monday and Tuesday at least, I would like you to start from 100. Since we are working with subtraction this week, I need to put my minus sign. And it's the same as race to 100. It's the same as last week. I have my deck of cards right here. I turn over my first one, which is number 2. 100 minus 2. Now, we can use our count from and count to this week. I need to put the biggest number in my head. 100 is larger than 2. I am going to put 100 in my head and I am going to count backwards. Since we are minusing and since we are using subtraction, we are going down, which means we're going backwards. 100, 99, 98. We are racing to 0. We are trying to achieve a result of 0. So I need to move my answer down here to the next line, put my subtraction symbol, so my minus symbol in, and turn over my next card. 3. So now we are going to do 98 minus 3. 98 is bigger than 3, so 98 is going in my head. 98, 97, 96, 95. I'm starting from 98 and I'm moving back 3 places. 97, 96, 95. There is my answer, 95. And then I take my answer, put it on the next line underneath, minus my next card, 4. 95, let me just move that down a little bit. $95 minus 4. I'm going to put 95 in my head. 95, 94, 93, 92, 91. I started from 95 and I've taken away 4, which equals 91. Now, if you are having a bit of trouble with the higher numbers, I would like you to start from a smaller number. For instance, you could start from 30, 40, 50. We'd like to use a round tens number to start with, but if you are having trouble with the higher numbers, then make a smaller tens number. The best one that I believe to start from is 30. If you are having trouble, start from 30. You don't need to start from 100 straight away. Okay? If you are finding it too easy and you've moved ahead and you're finishing this within the first 15 minutes, maybe raise the number. Instead of 100, maybe 150, maybe 200. I don't want you to be jumping straight from 100 to 200 though. Maybe jump from 100 to 150, then 150 to 200. Maybe we could jump in 50s. As I said, also, if you are having trouble, there are lots of resources online for you to use. My two favorites though, that I love using when doing addition and subtraction, are hundreds charts and number lines. Remember, if we're using a number line, we're moving down the number line. We're moving backwards because we are subtracting. Same as with a hundreds chart. Find 100 on the hundreds chart. Put your finger on it and move back 2 spaces. 99, 98. Then put your finger on 98 and move back 3 spaces. 97, 96, 95. Okay, hundreds charts are very easy to use, same as number lines. We used number lines last week with our other math work, so maybe we could continue practicing those. Guys, that's our activity for week 2. Now, the answer to the riddle last week. First of all, excellent answers. I got through a few fantastic answers, some really funny ones. Excellent work. Congratulations to the few people that got it right. The answer was, what has holes but still holds water? It is a sponge. So congratulations to those who got it right. Our riddle for this week is, where can you find cities, towns, shops and streets, but no people? Where can you find cities, towns, shops and streets, but no people? If you know the answer, please email me or message me on Class Dojo. Guys, excellent work week 1. Okay, you're really working really well with this online learning. Let's keep the good work going in week 2. So here is our 10th activity for week 2. Send through your work, send a picture to me. I want to see it all. Great job, guys. See ya.